Hi, I'm Billy. And welcome to Jack of Traits. In the previous video, we had a bit of an introduction to designing our front end using Tailwind. This time, we will actually implement a custom mobile responsive design. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's go ahead and open up our frontpage.blade.php located in the resource Livewire folder. Our main goal here is to have navigation inside our left sidebar and navigation at the top of the front-end screen. So, the first things we wanted to do are prepare the markups that we will use later for enhancement. You can click the link in the description below for those who haven't watched the previous video. But for now, just follow along as we slowly build the UI with the help of Tailwind. Now, let's add a bit of background and padding to each div element to understand better what's going on. The first one that we will work on is the top navigation portion, which will contain the button for the mobile view, the logo for the brand, and the top navigation links. Of course, these three div elements will stack on top of each other. But we will add flex to the parent element so that they will sit right next to each other. Responsive design is no longer an option but a requirement when building web apps nowadays. And the best practice is that when you make one, you should create with a mobile-first approach in mind. That is the reason we are tackling the mobile view here before anything else. I'm going to paste in a hamburger SVG element inside the button here. This SVG element will serve as our mobile view button for hiding and showing the navigation links. I pasted the SVG in the comments below. Just copy and paste it into your file. Just a heads up, we will apply Alpine.js stuff in hiding and showing our navigation links. But that will be on a separate video after this one. Let's continue styling the button so that it will appear visible in our design. The next one is we will add a navigation link that will contain an image for our logo. We will use the Laravel Jetstream logo SVG file here. You can use any image that you like at this point. In our design, it is expected that we will put the top navigation here. We will make the top navigation links only appear starting from the small screens, as we will show a different set of links that are styled primarily for the mobile view. Now, if you're wondering what justify end and item center means. Well, when you're using Flex, you can use justify end to make your div element float in the right. And the item center will make the element inside appear in the center no matter what height your element has. Again, you can use them when you're applying Flex in your CSS style. In this case, we make the container of the logo in full width to occupy most of the space in the top navigation. This approach would also help in pushing the top navigation links on the right side. We are doing this technique to achieve the design that we're looking for. And with Tailwind, you can almost do any CSS designs to your heart's content. Learning things in just one video isn't enough to actually utilize the power of Tailwind CSS. You could also look for more techniques that the Tailwind Labs provide on their YouTube channel. I will put the link to their channel in the description below so that you can learn Tailwind even more. We are also using other variants such as hover and focus on changing our button style. When you click a form element, by default, you will see an outline. By adding outline none on focus, we will be able to hide the default outline of any form element. In this case, we are removing the outline of the button. As you can see, we can make this look good just by adding utility classes to our markup. Now, let's go ahead and hide this button starting from the smaller screen size, as we will only make this button appear in the mobile view. We will also hide the top navigation for the mobile view, and only make it appear starting from small screen size. Now, let's start styling the sidebar navigation. Inside this, we will have a mobile view and a desktop view for the sidebar navigation. There is actually nothing new here. The only difference is that we are able to control when the navigation appears on a specific screen width using the responsive variant provided by Tailwind. Note that we are making the mobile first approach. By default, the list markup will be displayed from top to bottom. We are merely adding styles here to make this look good. If you notice, we are using a divide class name to create a border that adds a division between our elements. One thing about divide is that you need to put it on the parent element. And once it sees different groups of children elements, it will automatically create a borderline between them. You can also add color and what type of line style. We also need to hide this, starting from small screen size, because we will make another set of navigations designed to look good in desktop views. Let's go ahead and style our sidebar in the desktop view. This time, the sidebar we designed for the desktop view will only appear from the small screen size. In this way, we can create an illusion that helps our frontend's responsive view. This sidebar is always hidden in the mobile view. It's already starting to look like a real front-end with a navigation sidebar and top navigation bar. Thanks to Tailwind we can easily make this happen. Although, it would seem verbose to the ones who are pretty new to Tailwind. But still, we can customize our markups the way we wanted them to be. Okay, let's continue. We still need to fix our sidebar since it gets big in some instances. If you notice that we are heavily using responsive variants to control the size of our elements. Besides adding color, margin, and padding, nothing is really new with what we are doing here. That only shows how easy Tailwind is when you give it a chance. Let's go ahead and fix the styling of our main content. Again, we are using the responsive variant to control the width of each screen size. In the next video, we will add Alpine.js to show and hide our mobile view navigation. Please check out the Tailwind CSS documentation. You can also fork this project on the GitHub page and experiment with this. I've put the links in the description below. The things that we are doing here are just one of those things that we can actually do using Tailwind. If you give it a chance, even if you are someone who is not good enough with CSS, Tailwind will conveniently guide you through the process. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll get notified whenever a new video is up. Stay tuned, and see you in the next video.